Our next feature is interlibrary loans, ISO ILL, request renewal. And we basically have a workflow between partners that communicate on the ISO ILL standard. The borrower can now request a renewal of the loan, and that sends a message to the lender. And the lender can either approve of this renewal or reject it. And an ISO message is sent back to the borrower. And we'll run a workflow from the beginning of the borrowing request until the renewal is approved on the lender side and the borrower receives a message that the renewal was accepted. So let's say that someone in the Eastern campus wants to loan an item, a book, called Modernism and Mildred Walker. And this book is available in the main institution, main campus, and we want to create a borrowing request from Eastern to main. So, Alma, we're already in borrowing requests actually, so what we have to do is add manually book, and it was Modernism and Mildred Walker. The requester will be our own Libris support team member. Who is a patron of the library. And pick up location, resource sharing library, agree to copyright terms, and add partners. Now our partner has to be of ISO type, and it is the main campus. Select. And save. We'll confirm. And we've created a borrowing request for the partner main campus. And we hit send to send a request. And request status, request sent to partner, sent message successfully. Now let's go to the lending side and see if we've received this request. So here I am at the main campus, the lending institution, and let's look for our request. A request that came in from East, came in today. Okay, here we go. We looked at today's requests and we see that the item Modernism and Mildred Walker has been requested. And let's now send the item to the borrowing side. So I'm going to do this the quick way. I already know the barcode, so I'm going to scan the item in. Make sure, first of all, that I am at the resource sharing library. And we're going to scan in the item. So external identifier, yes. I'm putting in the external identifier of the request and the barcode of the book, Modernism and Mildred Walker, which I've searched for in advance. Okay. Okay, great. So now let's go back to lending requests. And the request status is now shipped physically. So the book has been shipped to the borrower. And back at the borrower, let's receive the item. So here we are on the borrowing side. And let's refresh. Borrowing requests. And the request status of Modernism and Mildred Walker was shipped physically. And we now want to receive the item. Temporary barcode. And notice that the due date is July 23rd. the status has been changed to physically received by the library. And all this was just the setup to show you the new action that has now appeared, request renew. So what happened so far is we sent a borrowing request to the lending institution shipped the item to us, we've received the item, and after receiving it, we now have a new action here, request renew. We can see that the current due date is July 23rd, and let's say that our patron needs this item until August 23rd, and wants us to renew it, so we can request a renewal from our partner. I go to request renew, and the new due date will be August 23rd. Hello, please give us a 1-month renewal. Okay. And the status now of the request is renew requested. So let's see what happens now on the lender side after we've sent the renewal request. Let's go into the lender. Lending requests. Okay, here we are on the lender side, and we can see that on the lender side the status has changed to renew requested. So we have here two options, renew and renew reply. In this case, because we've received the request from the borrower, we want to select renew reply because we want the borrower to receive the response to their request. And accept renewal request, we can either do yes or no. The desired due date is what the partner asked for, August 23rd. And our due date we can change, but we can also accept the desired date. So we'll just leave it on August 23rd. No problem. And so this, by pressing OK, we're renewing the loan. And let's see what the partner sees on the borrowing side. All right, let's refresh. And back at the borrowing side, we can see request status is renewed by partner. So we've just seen the complete workflow from the creation of the borrowing request, the reception of the item, the new action, request renew, and we've seen how the lender can handle the renewal request. And as you can see, this action remains here. We can request a further renewal if we wanted to renew it for a few more days. This action is still available. So the important thing to make sure is that both of these are, of course, ISO ILL partners, and that they have their workflow is configured with the ability to renew. Let's just see how that's done. Alma fulfillment configuration, resource sharing workflow profiles, and these are the lending and borrowing profiles between the partners. And we see that the step renew requested and request accepted. On the borrowing side, we have the possibility to renew. And on the lending workflow, we have renewal response and patron renewal. Now, there are additional steps here that you could use. What we've seen now is a manual renewal. But you can also set the lender side to automatically renew. But in summary, we've seen how to create a borrowing request, then request for a renewal, and then on the lender side have that renewal accepted. And we just looked at how the workflow profiles are configured with the renewal steps in them. So that is renewal requests for ISO ILL partners.